Smoking all the time.
All right, I'm going to get us back up.
Right the ship, Pizzy, right the ship.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Who's Drinking What. Today is December 26th. We're recording here again at the wonderful Tap Beer Bar at the heart of downtown Bloomington. And I'm Peter Hines. Along beside me is my wonderful, wonderful married co-host, Brooke Scott.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Filled with the Christmas spirit. A little bit of business before we get into it. If you guys want to get any updates on the shows, who's coming on, find out what kind of games we're doing for this week, even though I didn't update our Twitter this week, please follow us on Twitter. Come on. At Who's Drinking What. Just start spelling the show and leave the last T off.
Huh?
Or email us. We've got a Gmail of Who's Drinking What.
We do.
And it's got the T on it.
Did you say we've got a Gmail?
We got a Gmail.
On the internets.
On the intro webs. We just started this. Okay. And as you already heard, we have 3 special guests with us today. My good man, Dan McGowan, who you already heard.
How's it going, Piz?
Over to my right here. Well, that's right. Why am I giving signals? You guys are just hearing audio. We've got Ben Ericsen, the man who helped me make this show happen.
Oh, that's awfully nice of you to say, Peter.
And the lovely Karen Villela.
Villela.
Something
I
like
blew
that.
it. I blew it. Sorry. Karen.
Yeah, just Karen.
Karen works.
All right. Well, that's a spectacular start to the show.
Off like a herd of turtles.
Anyways.
All right. We have 5 beers in front of us. They look delicious. Guys, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
Drink on up, oh.
Nice.
Woo!
I think I do that every time I drink one. I give that. But I'm always intrigued.
It's inquisitive.
I have charted your lip smacks. I generally gauge how good a beer is by how many times you have smacked your lips.
Excellent.
That's not what I was expecting. No.
Good or bad?
No, it's
expecting more out of
good.
your
Yeah.
beer?
Well, when I went to the Lagunitas brewery in Petaluma, I had a lot of beer, so this one kind of just blended in with all of them. But with the title of the name, like, it's not what I was expecting.
Okay.
But it's okay.
So you went to the Lagunitas. You have a Lagunitas. Did you have this particular one there?
I don't remember. I was drunk.
That one's pretty good. I've had that one
But
before.
it tastes good.
What are you drinking, by
Yeah,
the way?
what?
Oh, I didn't.
Why are you
It's
drinking?
The Little Something Wild. It's a Belgian strong ale. So it says, loads of malted wheat for a curious malt foundation and a light color. The Belgian yeast leaves a huge flavor and complexionist, which it's true, but I don't know why I was thinking of it to be darker than what it is. It's good though.
Yeah. Because Brooks, last week we had that winter beer here at the tap, and it was listed as
The
a
Frostbite.
Belgian strong. The Frostbite, yes.
And it was wonderful.
But it was very dark, even though
It
it was
was very
listed as a
dark.
Belgian strong.
Belgian strong, yeah.
So I think this
Yeah, it didn't really taste like the Belgian Strong. I thought that was great though. I need to get that.
it was delicious. Probably closer to winter warmer. Dan, what are you having over there?
I went entry beer style today. I went with Blue Sunday from the tap, and it's outstanding. It's a Berliner Weiss, a light-bodied German-style wheat beer with a refreshing tart, acidic, and lemony characteristics that are blended with blueberry to give this tart beer a touch of berry aroma and flavor. And it does have that, but it's not like overdone. It doesn't taste like some beers where it's like, oh, here's the beer, and we're just going to pour some syrup or something in it and kind of get it to flavor. No, it tastes, it's legit. It tastes, well done. It's not overkilling the flavor, and you kind of get a little bit of everything they mention in there.
What does it
Excellent.
smell like?
It's got a real nice color, too.
What does it smell like? Smell my beer, Karen.
It smells like blueberries.
It does.
Yeah, like
Taste
muffin.
it. It's got a little of that going on.
Yeah, I went through last week and did the
Yeah,
the
this tastes
German
really
ale.
Good one. It's quaffable.
I
Yeah.
had to choose between that and another one they had on, and I didn't go that way, so I'm glad you got it.
Yeah. Party on.
It tastes better than the blueberry beer we had, Ben, when we went to go see the Reds game, where it was like Coors Light with blueberries in it.
Whoa.
Like Kool-Aid or something.
Is that really what it was?
Might have been.
No, it was a beer. It was a light beer. Like I don't remember what kind of beer it was, and they put blueberries inside of it, like floating blueberries.
So like they just threw a handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
This'll
that
make it
actually
better.
tastes
Yeah.
really good.
It did make it better, but it was hard to taste any worse. You know,
Well.
generally.
I mean, it washed my hot dog down. Okay.
Ben, what are you having over there?
Well, you know, I figured I'd go with, it's called a Michelob, and because I was intrigued by the watery taste and the
I believe that's how you pronounce it.
yeah, and the ability that it makes me kind of sick to my. No, seriously, I like drinking generally my beers in a chalice, so I go for the ones with like doubles and triples. In this case, I went quadruple. I went with the Sierra Nevada Ovila, because I generally don't drink Sierra Nevada stuff because I'm not an IPA guy, and that seems to be what their calling
they've got
card
quite a
is.
few.
Yeah, but this tastes pretty good. It says that there's aromas of caramel, rich malt, and dark fruit balanced by the spiciness and delicate fruity notes of traditional Belgian yeast. Well, I definitely taste the caramel. The other stuff, I'm sure it's there. It tastes good. It goes down smooth, and it's in a fine bulbous cup. So
It looks
that's
great.
a selling
I
point.
love those Belgian double, triples, and quads too.
Yeah, me too.
He just nailed the description because he actually said caramel. He
I
pronounced
did.
it-
I make a point of it since we, hail from Indianapolis, and there is a quite suburbanite suburb called Carmel, and I make
Yeah.
a point to disassociate myself with that place as much as possible. Yeah.
Well, I guess it leaves me.
Yeah. What you drinking?
Well, I went with my favorite type of Scottish ale, and I went with the Taranina, excuse me, I got corrected before the show, Taranina Sheepshagger. Because I like getting into the fluff.
There's no fluff to your style at all. His.
And it's listed as a rich, malty, full-bodied, brewed with specially roasted malts for a complex blend of caramel and toffee flavors and a subtle peaty character. And what's interesting, I've kind of had this talk with a few people. I don't know if I've done it on the show, but there are basically two types of Scottish ales. But American brewers, craft beer brewers, are only labeling it as a Scottish ale. There's the very dark, heavy one, which is sort of like a Coca-Cola of beers. It's a very caramely taste. And then you've got the one where it's a little lighter, where it's got a more amber color. You can see through it a little bit. And it's its own thing, and I like it. And it's also a sweeter beer, but it's a little different. And I never know what I'm getting when I order those. So this is the lighter version, and it's probably the best version of that. I myself prefer the darker Scottish ales. Good Christmas beers. And I should bring up too, since it's the day after Christmas, and why I have 3 guests is because I've been wanting to get to, one of the reasons I came up with this show was the influence of these guys, and when we all hang out together, we have delicious craft beers.
Yeah.
Talk about them. And so this is, you guys are off of work and we're able to come down
Nice.
from Indy.
That's right. Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you, Christmas. Thank you, Christmas man.
Somewhere there's a calendar with the 25th just going, you're welcome.
The ghost of Santa is smiling down on us. Isn't that what this day is about?
The ghost of Santa.
Something
No,
about
it's
that?
Actually, I
Papa
believe so.
Choose.
Yeah.
So,
Honoring the ghost of Santa.
the anniversary of his death.
Because he had to run so far the day before and fit down tight spaces. All of his internal organs got crushed. Yeah.
And the chimney, going down the chimney.
Yeah.
He got stuck in a Favala chimney.
Yeah.
It's a little too tight.
That's a bit tight.
It's made out of Coke cans, soldered together. R.I.P. my boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Pour one out. And
No, I'm not pouring this
No,
stuff.
all right.
Forget it.
pour it down my gullet.
Too good to pour out, yeah. We'll pour out some Michelob later.
Yeah.
One thing I heard yesterday, I was at Christmas with my girlfriend's family, and her brother came across the news story. And I was a WWF fan for one summer.
what a summer it was.
It was the best summer of my life.
Summer of '87.
It was 99.
Oh, see, I was going to hear a Speedwagon song or something in my head.
But this guy was one of the prominent figures. He was in the Wolfpack. Oh crap, I can't even remember.
The NWO, the New World Order. Let's
Thank
go.
you, Brooks.
Yeah, jeez.
I, however, liked it for more than one summer, so I can tell you more about it than Peter can. Probably.
Well, then you'll know. Kevin Nash.
Big Sexy, as they call him.
Yes. and he was probably what, like 6'9", 6'10"?
Yeah, he's a big dude. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
he
that
was
tall,
one of
but
the
he's huge.
larger wrestlers. And the news story read that he had recently been arrested for domestic violence.
Okay.
A domestic violence incident, anyway. And the story goes that his teenage son came home late at night and was drunk.
Okay.
And he started chiding him about it. And then I guess the topic got onto Junior's girlfriend, which he did not appreciate, came to attack his father, and basically...
How big is his son? Is he as big as him, or is he...
I have no idea.
That would be good to know.
I hope he's just a
Kevin
waif-like
Nash
little man.
is a huge man.
And he choke-slammed him.
He choked-slammed his son.
Choke-slammed his teenage son when he came at him.
Like, is that when he just...
Well, that's just natural
Yeah.
instinct. It's
Yeah,
been
well,
his
right.
for most of his life.
Yeah, you don't tell a great white shark to not swim.
Yeah.
He'll die. You don't tell Big
He went
Sexy to
straight
not
back to
choke slam.
1999 and just there it was.
It was like Rey Mysterio came running at him.
If you're good at something, come on. It's a go-to.
I bet he doesn't do it again.
Exactly.
I set him straight.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're the son of a wrestler, you know how to take a choke slam, though, right?
Do you?
Is there a whole house, like a bouncy castle
I
or
envision him
something?
being on like a marble floor or something like that, destroying it. Not a couch.
Well, how was everybody's Christmas? Did anybody get or receive the gift of beer this year?
Ben did.
I sure
Yeah.
did. I can't remember exactly what I got, though, because I haven't looked through the Mixer Sixer that the lovely Karen has gotten me. But
So it was a
yeah, it had. Yeah, and it was not just limited to like Indiana beer or anything like that. It truly was a menagerie. Shoot, hold on, come back to me in a second because I need to consult my Dear Beer Diary to
There
tell
you
you
go.
what I was
Well,
drinking.
you got that one beer. It had like a 69 on it or something.
Ooh.
Because, well, my mom liked the design, and she's like, oh, I'll get this for Ben. 69.
Wait a minute. Your
Like-
mom,
Bought Ben a
the,
beer.
the mother of a girlfriend bought somebody with 69 on it.
Yeah.
It
For
was
that-
like this.
Okay.
Now that I say it, it
Yeah,
sounds disgusting.
That's what guys do, right?
I like. She said,
you're a
I
big
like the
69
artwork,
guy.
so I got this for you.
She just approves of Ben.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
Yeah, she approves of Ben.
And everything that he does.
Yeah. But you also got the Oh My God Game of Thrones.
Oh, Valar Morghulis.
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
We got almost a
They had
case
that
of
on
that.
tap here, like maybe over the summer. I can't remember when it was. They had a couple of those Game of Thrones.
And I bet they
beers
all
on tap.
disappeared pretty
I
fast,
went
just
to
like
Yeah.
Zombie
had them.
Dust
They were
does.
good. They were great.
Yeah, that's one of those beers that just doesn't like give into the marketing. It's like it's an honest to God good beer,
Yeah.
and it's not just like some awesome label with an awesome brand or something. It's legit.
What kind of beer is it?
Well, that one, the Valar Morghulis is a Belgian double. So it's right in my wheelhouse of enjoying Belgians and enjoying double, triple, whatever. So, and it's, man, that's the danger zone right there, because that it Ommegang serves them or sells them in the big giant, 20-ounce, the 20-ounce bottles. I mean, they're huge.
Bombers.
Yeah, and I totally can kill an entire one just watching a football game or something like that, and I don't regret it ever.
No.
No regrets.
And then you enjoy the second half even if your team starts losing.
That's right. That's right.
Or if you're watching Game of Thrones with it, if your favorite character gets killed off, which,
Yeah, you might as well.
About every
spoiler
show.
alert, somebody's going to get killed off. Your favorite character is going to die.
Ben had two of those the night of the white wedding.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
red wedding, sorry.
Drowning his sorrows.
Oh, yeah.
What did you get,
What did
Dan?
you just say?
Called it the white wedding. I said, and then
It's
corrected it to the red.
the red wedding.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I was thinking.
You
I
were
was
thinking
thinking
of
Billy
Billy
Idol.
Idol. That's what I was getting ready to say. You're going way back.
Billy Idol just came in and like side kicked you after
And then
Why,
taking some pills or something.
Got the wrong wedding.
Yeah.
Don't you dare compare mine to the red wedding.
That might have been the best / worst Billy Idol impression.
I'm going to lean towards best. No, one of them, the beers that I got was the Boatswain HLV Ale from Rhinelander Brewing Company. So that was pretty good. It was also in a big bottle. I like big bottles.
Up in Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
I
think it's Michigan.
think it's Michigan. Yeah,
There's that too.
I can convert.
Is it really a Rhinelander, Wisconsin, or is that
Oh
just
yeah,
a
my
guess?
parents are up there right now visiting my
okay.
grandpa for Christmas, so I didn't get to see old mom and dad.
Oh, you know what? I am a fool. It is Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You are.
Right,
You
North
are.
Woods, Wisconsin.
That's why you host the show, and I show up every once in a
And
while.
we just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if we're going on those kind of credentials, I'm gonna lose it soon enough. I don't stay right that long. All right. Well, I think we're gonna take a break. I've already prepped the guests here, but for anyone listening, everybody's gonna get to do one round of who's pick your poison, and then we're gonna try. See how chaotic this gets. It might be awesome. A group game of is this a beer? So look forward to that one, guys.
I am.
We're gonna go down and get some samples for the games. We'll be right back.
Shadows fall to my window. Night is coming.
All right, Brooks.
Yep.
Since you're a veteran, it's been a few weeks since we've played this.
It has.
I'll let you take your first one. He's staring down the barrel of a golden brew. We'll see if he takes a whiff.
I think it's an IPA.
All right, jumping right into it. Okay, he's going IPA. Is that going to be your final?
Give me a second here.
Okay.
And again, the point of this is we taste it.
You guess the style of beer, and then he'll give you like a multiple choice
Okay.
between which ones it'll be.
Yeah, so you can get 2 points per turn. Everybody's going to get 1 turn, so I mean.
Yeah, I'm just gonna guess an IPA.
All right. Do you want to pick a specific subcategory of IPA to it? It is an IPA.
I don't know. Is it an Imperial IPA?
No, it's an American IPA.
All right.
I'll give you half credit for that.
Fair enough.
I expect more of you.
Yeah. The bar's up here.
All right. Now, Brooks.
Yep.
Your possibilities could be the Sierra Nevada Celebration,
Okay.
the Lagunitas IPA, or the Rogue Brutal. And while he looks that over, Karen, I hear you're a big fan. Putting her on the spot. I hear you're a big fan of the app On Tap.
Yeah.
Let me cut her off real quick because I have forever appreciated the way Karen comments on Untapped, because normally it's just like, oh, good beer. I like that beer. That's usually what you get out of people, and it'll go on their Facebook or Twitter feed. Karen, on the other hand, writes the Shakespearean prose about, the floral textures on the back end.
Yeah, you know why?
Methinks.
You know where that comes from? That comes from straight from the menu.
Sometimes some of the things aren't on the menu, Ben.
Well, I can about guarantee. Here, you want me to be Nostrabendis here of
Nostrabendis, yes.
what she's gonna write down?
Burst her bubble.
When she writes down the beer that what did you drink today? Did you drink
I
the
drink
slumping
nothing.
the slump
Ben.
something wild?
Nothing.
I can bet you about anything that her description on Untapped is going to be loads of malted wheat for a curious malt
He's wrong,
foundation
'cause
and a light
I
color.
haven't been on Untapped today, Ben. Occasionally, yes, Ben, occasionally I do write from the menu, but because I've learned how to, and it's a way for you to keep track of what you've drank and whether or not you liked it. If I don't like it, I'm like, this sucks. And I write it down. It tastes like shit. But if I like it, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to describe this stuff so I can remember what it tastes like. So
That's
there.
good. A very
And I
detailed
always-
description for you, not anyone else.
Not anyone else. It's for me to keep track of, and
But if it's
people
bad,
happen
it's
to be
shit.
reading
But it goes out into the world. I mean, it's on your
Yeah, it
your
goes out in the
Facebook
world,
page.
same as my drunk
I
face
just
when
don't want her-
taking pictures on Facebook. Third party, selfie.
I just don't want you to get too cocky because Dan's heaping all this praise
Yeah.
on you,
I'm
and
not.
I want them to know the
You're right.
truth.
Yeah, but occasionally I do write my own stuff in there, Ben.
Not only are you bursting her bubble, you're bursting my bubble.
Yeah, because now it's like you're destroying Santa.
Look, I am Ben Ericsen, Crusher of Dreams. That's my moniker. That's my motto.
Ben Ericsen am a dream crusher. Mm-hmm. Way to go, Ben.
And I think Brooks has made his decision.
Hey.
Yeah, we bought enough time.
All right.
Real quick, I'm going to set it up again after that. Sorry, Brooks.
No, go ahead.
Sierra Nevada Celebration,
Mm-hmm.
Lagunitas IPA, or Rogue Brutal?
I am going to guess Rogue Brutal.
You goddamn brilliant beerologist.
Man, he is the doctor of beer.
No, he's really good at this
The
game.
beer whisperer.
It was the Rogue Brutal.
I've been pretty good at this.
He
game.
touches
I don't-
beers.
Dun dun dun.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, this is a rather dark beer compared to my normal preference. So I hope you're happy, Pizzy.
I'm testing you. And while he takes a snifter, which is a smart idea, I will say for our guest today, Brooks I give 3, and in fact I might have to give him 5.
Yeah.
options
Oh,
next
he
time.
he drilled it.
Yeah.
He drilled it.
I'm giving you guys 2 options each. It's a 50-50. If you guys come back though, don't expect the softballs. I'm gonna start fast pitching.
I don't like softballs.
Can I
Ew.
try now? Here we go.
yeah, go for it.
I appreciate
And you're just
it,
trying to
guys.
guess the style of beer that you think
Just
it
right
is.
now, the
They're not
style.
listening.
Oh man, that's it's a dark beer. It's a very dark beer.
Yep. And I do know that you're a more of a fan of the crisper fare, so
I mean, it's a stout beer of some sort. Is that specific enough?
I will accept stout. It is in fact an imperial stout.
Okay. Which if you need to be that, yeah, that's definitely an imperial
A lot of times
stout.
when they put imperial on,
What does it
anymore
mean?
it's marketing, but usually
Yeah.
it means that it's very heavy into that style. Like for an imperial IPA, it's even more heavily hopped than you
it
would
just
normally
kind of
get.
blows you over with hops.
An imperial stout, it's got a lot of the coffee flavor, very heavy.
Does it taste like peanut butter?
Yeah. Does it taste like Russia? Is it
Yes.
a Russian imperial stout?
You can taste the communism.
I can taste yes.
USSR.
I can taste Putin's back hair in this. And I mean that in a good way because this is a pretty good beer.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad
All right. So
you're enjoying it.
now I need to. Do I need to go the step farther?
So you have. Your choices, they're all going to be on the front page of the guest
Okay.
menu. It's going to be between the Bell's Expedition
All right.
and the Founder's Breakfast.
The Founder's Breakfast.
Yes.
That's what
And
Ben
this is
Franklin
the
ate.
Battle of Michigans, too.
It is.
They're both from Michigan,
All right.
home of the sad football programs.
And again, I'm just trying to base this solely off of their descriptions. I'm going to go ahead and guess the Founder's Breakfast.
Go
On
with
this
Founder's
one.
Breakfast.
I am.
Was there a particular taste in there that
Yeah.
made you think that?
The Kona coffee flavor, I think, stood out. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know when I taste coffee flavor, and that definitely had it by the spades,
All right.
by the short and curly spades.
You are very wrong.
It was Putin's back hair.
Yeah. Is it A or B? No, it's C.
Scout back here. No, it was the Bell's Expedition. The reason I actually picked it for you was that it. I don't have the description in front of me, but it had like a lot of extra. It contains double the malt and 5 times the hops of the Kalamazoo stout.
Oh, yeah.
So I was thinking that it would be very strong.
Well, and you're also, I don't know if you meant to do this. I've been to Bell's a number of times. It's a great brewery. And when you
I've actually
taste,
been there
yeah,
too,
it's, I mean, honestly, other breweries want to be Bell's. I mean, and they'll tell you that too. It's like the ideal place. You walk in, there's some food there, but it's like, it's a beer lover's paradise. And the atmosphere is great. It's always hopping. You can taste beer that's hand tapped rather
I
than.
talked about that a couple weeks ago. Like
Yeah.
when we went there, they've got probably 20, 30 beers on tap there, and they don't sell like a lot of them like out in like 6-packs or anything like that. They're only sold like at the brewery, and you can only have them there. And I had a lot of those, and they were awesome. But
They've got a little retail store next to it that sells all kinds of stuff. But normally when you taste a Bell's, it tastes like a Bell's. I can't figure out if it's that they use similar strains of yeast or hops or something along the lines, but Bell's normally taste like Bell's. This one, it fooled me. Pizzy, you are a tricky one. You are just you're a jokester.
Well, and
It's very good.
If somebody is a fan of the show and astutely remembers our Bell's profile, might get this. But do you know what Bell's didn't start as a brewery?
No, I didn't know that.
And
Because I never took the tour.
What did we say, 81 or 83? It was the early 80s. I'm going to say 83. They actually started as a brewery supply store.
Okay.
And then in 84, he was like, what the hell? I've got the equipment sitting around.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot. Some really darn good breweries have started that way. We're in Indiana, Indianapolis Beer Brewery, BIER. That's their way, too. They have great fermentations, the brewing supply store, which is a place that I've brewed a few times, bought from them. It's a lot of knowledge, and they pump that square into that brewery. It's great
delicious.
variety, lots of things on tap all the time. 5 to 10 things on tap.
That's one of those I actually wanted to ask you guys coming down. I'm going to take a break on the game. Sorry, Ben. I know you're anxious to get into yours.
Thirsty.
But there are a lot of Indianapolis breweries that just conserve. They're so small right now still, and they've started probably within the last year or two, that we don't get them down here in Bloomington. But, have you visited most of them? Are there any really top-notch ones that you would recommend if anyone visited?
I have. And if you want to just talk about ones that have started recently, there's a few of them. One very recently that opened that we liked a lot was Too Deep Brewing. And it's on near downtown. It's a little north of central downtown Indianapolis.
Say
but
Too Deep.
Too Deep.
Too deep, yeah. You can ride the bike share in Indy on the cultural trail. It goes right by there.
And that's a great
I've
way
heard
of
of
The
that one.
second day they were open.
Yeah, that's
They
the
did
one.
what?
Yeah, we went to it. Yeah, the second day maybe it was the first. I don't know. We were there early on, but it was one of those where we a way of us like getting lots of beers at once and trying, because Indy's become quite a hotbed. We'll hop on these rental bikes downtown and take them around to each brewery, and
That's
then you
a
don't have
hell
to
of an
drive.
idea.
Yeah, we went
Oh,
to
great.
see
Yeah.
Chili Water.
Chili Water Brewing is another one that's along
Yeah,
the
Sweet
cultural
Apparel
trail
along
in
the way.
downtown
Yeah, and then
Indy.
I got Marin Bruco right there too.
Yep.
What?
And they opened
No,
Chili Water
Marin
opened not too long
Bruco's
ago
in
also, but
San
no,
Francisco.
Too Deep is
This
fantastic.
one's about as good.
Downtown you've got Too Deep, you've got Chili Water, you've got Sun King, you've got Flat 12,
Fountain Square Brewery.
Fountain Square Brewing.
We
there's
get those down here, Fountain Square
Yeah.
and Sun King.
Flat 12,
Yeah.
that all makes
Beer
its way
Works.
down here.
yeah, and Flat 12 is around Cincinnati. They're distributing, and Tennessee, they're distributing a little bit. Sun King has pulled back their distribution quite a bit, just to Indy and Bloomington.
Because of that silly law.
Yeah,
I read an article about that.
What
the
law?
other day.
30,000 barrels limit per year in order to be classified as, I think, a craft brewery or like non-production
It
brewery.
was just like
something
a smaller type brewery or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh,
Not
they're
not
up
on level with like Anheuser, obviously some of that level, but they have like a I don't know, a maximum that
It's-
they can
yeah,
make.
30,000 barrels per year. And there's only a couple in Indiana that kind of tickle that, and it's Sun King, Three Floyds is one, but they sell so much outside that I don't think it'll affect them as
Oh,
much.
it's just 30,000 within the state.
I think that's, yeah. And Sun King wants to be Indiana's brewery. That's their deal, is they
Yeah.
want to be like the New Glarus of New Glarus only sells in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They want to be like the New Glarus of Indiana. So yeah,
Alright.
Indy's become a real hotbed for great
Yeah,
breweries.
and that's something too where, I'm not a lawmaker, and I'm actually fairly ignorant on this. I just heard it in one story, but I think they should probably revise that law, and I don't see why they wouldn't, to up the max.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm sure it's not a really divisive issue. It's like, okay, this is commerce, it's staying in the state. Lawmakers probably will consider that, and I don't think it'll be all that contentious. I think it might go through. It's just-
What does it do though? Like, why is that the max? Like, what happens after that?
Probably a real old law that's just
Right, that's
antiquated.
kind of what I was thinking.
Like
I
not
don't see
selling
anything.
liquor on Sunday. Fuck that.
yeah, probably pre-brewery
Well, that's-
boom. At
That's
that,
a whole nother freaking.
yeah, because if you think about it, there weren't many breweries that would have even come near that
Right.
until a couple years ago. So yeah, I mean it's something
They
that's
probably made it a long time ago. It's like, oh, no one's ever going to make
Yeah.
that much. We'll just set it at that. So I don't know.
Anyways,
No, that was very interesting. I'm glad Dan was a little more read up on that issue than I was. And actually, I'm wrong, Ben. You're not next. Karen is next.
Oh,
Do you need a
fine.
he just like
No, I just
snatched
ate one.
he snatched the pretzels away
Let me
from
take
Ben
these.
quicker. Yeah,
No, you go next. This is Karen.
he was about to strap those on like a
Karen.
feed bag.
Do I smell it?
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Just do
take.
whatever you want
I mean,
with
you
it.
can just,
Oh.
the color gives it away for you or anything.
Oh, well, I don't need to.
You don't need to imbibe it through your nostrils.
Maybe.
I didn't know.
Hey guys, that's how I drink beer. Okay.
So Ben, while she's
This is malty and caramely and with apples.
Oh.
Type that into your Untapped then.
Shut up,
See,
Ben.
she
Cause see
That's
that
the
that's
description.
organic right there. That's not from the menu.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Oh,
seconding. I'm giving you credit now.
Ugh, and
See,
there's no
so-
scent. You know what?
That's what I'm saying. That poetry is coming. That's
All
organic.
right. Okay. Fine. I just know I've
It is
witnessed a couple
organic. I'm a
times.
bullshitter, Ben. Anyways, what do I do now?
you're just trying to figure
Uh-oh.
out the style of beer
What
first.
kind of beer do you think it is?
Well, it's not an IPA or a pale ale. It's
Karen
like
is a big IPA fan.
It's like a red amber. No, not an amber. It's not hoppy enough. I don't know. What are my options?
So it's very malty, you're saying?
Yeah.
Very malty. I mean, if you want to take a look over the menu and see, I mean, it's taken from the menu, so it's got to be a style on there.
If you want to
So
be a
while she's-
pumpkin
It's
eater,
not a blonde.
in other words.
A lager.
A lager.
That.
Like bagel.
Like that. It's a brown, maybe? No, it's
Put a
not
bagel
dark
on the
enough for a
toaster.
brown.
Ben, what do you think?
Drink my lager.
You know Karen well, better than any of us. What do you think her chances of getting this are? Or even one of them out of the 2 points?
No, I think she can do it. Especially, yeah.
She can get both of them?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think so. I got to score some points here, so she's gonna ace it.
You're past points, Ben.
Full confidence.
Past
I'm in
points.
negative territory, so I got to get back to equilibrium.
I don't know. Like, I don't.
This game is not meant to be easy. Brooks just makes it look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
because he's the beer doctor.
in fact, Brooks actually, you might need to look into working for a brewery just for tasting purposes, because I'm not kidding. What you can read on the description and how you're picking them up in your taste is dead on. So, or maybe you can write the descriptions.
I could be the description guy.
Yeah.
It'll be a blank
Everybody needs a
slate,
description guy.
Yeah.
fresh off their 40, off their barrels, give you a taste, and just like,
Yeah, just stick your mouth on this like hose here. We'll pump some beer into your mouth.
Is this?
What do you think, Brooks?
I'll be down here if you guys need me.
I don't know. I
gotta
think
That's how I
is
imagine.
it a
Yeah.
brown? No.
Isn't that how the tasters do it? Probably.
I
A
would.
lager?
We don't know.
You don't know? I don't know, man. It's like
I'm the only one that knows.
okay.
Yeah, he's the
mean,
gatekeeper.
The
It's
game
not an
is
amber.
this.
It's not a red. It's not an IPA or a pale ale. So then my options are stout. It's not a stout. It's not a blonde because it's not blonde enough, and I hate those. Hefeweizen, not that. It doesn't taste like banana fucking taffy.
Process of elimination.
It's not a shandy either, because you wouldn't do that to me, right?
No, and it's not nearly clean enough, right?
No. So it's a brown ale. That's my only other thing.
Going with a brown ale.
Yeah.
Not a bad guess, and in fact, it was supposed to be a brown ale, but the one that I had picked went off of tap yesterday from when I prepared this game.
Oh no.
So you're actually drinking a Scottish ale.
Okay, so then it's a lighter Scotch ale. Brooklyn Winter.
She nailed
Oh,
it.
she just goes right.
Boom!
So her choice
Not
were
even
between
messing
the
around.
Tequila Sheepshagger and the Brooklyn Winter.
Sucker!
I think she gets. You got to give her more points for that because she didn't even get the choices.
Yeah, I'll give her the full 2 points for nailing.
Well, what did you give Brooks? You gave Brooks.
Scotch ales on.
You gave Brooks 5 points, right? I think you got to
No,
give her
wait.
5
No,
points.
I gave him a 0.5 point.
I was listening.
Point
I
five.
was listening though to you earlier. You said it's the American ones are a little bit lighter than the ones from yonder.
At least someone was listening to it.
That's
I guess.
Yeah, and he was.
I
so
checked out
if
too.
If it's not a brown, it's a Scotch ale, and you said it was a lighter. The lighter ones are American, and Brooklyn's in America. Mm-hmm. America.
Nailed it.
Boom, America.
Yeah.
All right, so Brooks has got 1.5 points. Karen's got 2. Dan's got Zippo.
Zip.
And Ben,
Or did I get a point
I
because
swear
I got?
I'm not cheating.
No, you're right. You guessed
I
stout.
got the stout.
I apologize. You got 1 point.
Okay.
Well,
Don't let me
I'll
rob you of
don't
that.
worry. I'll stay in the cellar
Thank you,
for
yeah.
it.
Take that back to Mama Matt.
I will.
Oh, I had my
sorry,
cleansing pep.
I needed to
Palate
give him
thing.
the sample.
I'd say it's not richly malted though. It's just bleh. I wouldn't buy it. Like,
Okay. You know what? And I want to make that important because usually Brooks and I love the beers, and we're picking beers that I think we're going to like. But if anyone doesn't like a beer, that's fine
no,
to say it.
it's okay. Like, it's one of those beers that like I would wash it down, like my pizza down with it, or it's like a Budweiser, just
No,
Yeah, I didn't really,
nothing's like a
water.
Budweiser.
No, I mean like I could just drink it like water, just like nothing. I'm not gonna admire the taste. Like it's just beer.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
Whoopsie.
no.
Sometimes you don't like a beer.
sometimes you need those.
It was okay. It's busy.
I was not a big fan of my beer
I'm
earlier.
gonna punch you in the face.
You were not kind enough to ask me what I was drinking.
You didn't.
I can
I didn't realize it.
You guys
until we were
feel
on
that
break.
tension?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can cut it with a
And
knife.
now it's gone.
I've
so.
lost my show.
Karen, do you feel that tension? That is.
It is. I'm like in
Thick.
the middle of it. I'm
Yeah.
like I should move back.
stuck.
With a knife.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed.
Dad and Dad are fighting again.
If anybody was curious, I had a Two Brothers Peppermint Bark. It's a porter. It wasn't very good.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I'm slow on the uptake, but yeah, we didn't ask what you were drinking.
Sorry,
This is what
bro.
happens when I
It didn't really
scatter it
taste
around
like
the
much.
table.
It smelled like peppermint. It didn't really taste like peppermint. It just tasted kind of like a regular old porter, which isn't a bad thing, I guess. But I got it to get some flavor.
Not how
But
you
Then what does yours
Yeah.
smell like? You just started without telling us.
No, I smelled it. I didn't.
He's trying to move the game along.
Because here's the thing, I don't write whimsical, untapped descriptions, so I don't know what flavors smell like or taste like or anything.
what you
just
smell like. What do you smell like?
I'm one of the guys that goes, it's pretty good.
that beer pretty good.
Yeah, that goes down smooth, man.
Well, I will
Makes
say
me
that
see
he's
things
got
crossways.
a dark beer himself.
It is a
I also
dark
know
beer.
It's not necessarily your powerhouse.
Right, and you're throwing me and what's throwing me also for a loop is it's like I can usually taste like smokiness in porters, and I don't taste that in this. And
So you're gonna rule out porter?
I think so, I mean stouts are usually chewable for me, and it doesn't taste
What do you mean
chewable to
it's
me.
chewable? Like there's.
Okay.
It's
does
just
that
like
mean?
super duper like thick, like I don't know, like you could chew it, but
I think what you're probably referring to is more like a stout on nitro, which a lot of
That's what I was
stouts.
getting ready to ask. I was trying to get your attention. I was going to ask you if it was a nitro, by the way you're describing it.
oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Well, and he's kind of answered it. I'm gonna say no because
Yeah.
Yeah,
because the
swirl
ones
that
are
puppy around in
chewable
your glass a
are
little
almost
bit.
like
Let's see the
milkshakes.
bubbles.
Right.
There you go.
I guess it's not as super bubbly.
He's almost run out of
Yeah.
flavor too.
Yeah.
I would just as a
Ben's a
veteran of this game
lightweight.
recommend you to hold on to that last sip for when you're actually trying to pick which one
Okay.
of the two it is. If you
Yeah.
want.
Are you gonna finish that other beer?
Yes, get off my
Say,
back.
Pass it down. Like,
That's-
yeah, we're all thirsty down here. Dang it.
It is getting
Yeah.
close to time
Yeah.
for our
Thank
second
you.
beer.
Yeah. Save yourself, Ben.
Dang,
Later.
I am thrown for a loop. I don't know what to. I guess I can just. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick this.
Was it a stout?
No, it
that
does.
right?
It doesn't taste like a stout. I'm gonna pick a brown. Is it a brown?
You're gonna pick a brown. It's not a
no.
brown.
Oh, dough.
It is in fact a stout.
Really?
Now, I picked two stouts intentionally because Dan got an imperial stout. Now, Ben, knowing it's a stout, do you have, looking at the menu there, a guess as to maybe what style of stout? It's not going to be an imperial. It's a different style.
Oh. Well, see, I don't taste the oatmeal, so I don't feel like an oatmeal stout.
Is it? Does it taste sweet?
I don't know. I'm
I don't
This
think
is
it's gonna
amateur
taste
hour
sweet.
now.
All right, so and one of the reasons that I had a hard time liking stouts was I was picking the wrong stouts because I would usually take a breakfast stout or an oatmeal stout because it's like, you know what, I love breakfast in general. I'm a big cereal person, love my eggs and bakey. I feel like oatmeal and breakfast stouts are misleading though, from the point that they are not sweeter stouts typically. They derive more from coffee flavors.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't have a coffee flavor at all.
Interesting. Well,
to me.
And I didn't taste any of these ahead of the game, but it is actually an oatmeal stout that you're drinking.
What?
Yes.
No.
0 points. I win.
Now, Ben, I'm going to give you 2 that you get to choose from. You
Okay.
get the Sun King
Oh, wait, no,
Starfish
he's not done
Offensive
yet.
or the Dark Horse 1 oatmeal.
You have to go to multiple choice, Ben? What a loser.
Karen, you're the only one that did it without multiple choice.
I know. I feel so proud
There
of
is not a
myself.
more sore winner in the entire universe than
Be fair, there were only
Karen.
2 Scotch ales on the entire list.
Yeah. Was there? I didn't
So
notice
it's not
that.
like
Thank
I had
you,
to make
Brooks. You are the great equalizer. I am going to totally arbitrarily pick that it's the Dark Horse, just because it tastes very sweet and it says
So we
sweet
have
on
our
it.
first 0 for
Yay!
Yay!
I mean, boo.
That's all right. I hear the Charlie Brown sad music in my head right now. Hey, where'd my beer go?
Oh, here.
Man.
Karen stole it.
I thought you wouldn't
I had
notice.
nothing to do with it. All right, we're going to
Okay.
do a 4-break show today, actually, because I want to come back and do another game, but it doesn't require any tasting of beer, so we're going to order our second beers while we play the game.
Okay.
So keep listening to Who's Drinking What? Forgot the name of the show. We'll be right back with the last segment.
I like girls in cut-off blue jeans. Is that really oh so bad? Sometimes I think I miss my call. Should have been Sir Galahad. Memories, they come to me. I find I see places I'd like to be. My mind, it runs in circles for what seems forever, stopping never.
Okay, guys, thanks for sticking with us. We've got our second beers in front of us, and they look great. And we're gonna drink them.
All right. And that's that.
Cheers, suckers.
Cheers.
Don't we have to start mention Brooks? Brooks, yes, we acknowledge your beer is here now.
I do
Yes,
have
Brooks
I do
got
have
a
a
beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask him first.
He's even allowed to drink it.
We're gonna ask you first, sweetie pie.
Ooh, that is hoppy.
Is that one you haven't had before?
Yeah, it's an IPA. IPA.
Is that
Yeah.
the
Celebration
cries that they
IPA.
made when they?
Hold on.
Describe your
Get a
beer
little
first, then take a taste of mine. All right. Brooks, and I'm going to say when I was getting the beers, Brooks got the best looking one, just aesthetically. So you go ahead and lead us off.
All right, I got the Kentucky Honey Barrel Brown. It's an American brown ale. I'll read the description. Why not? Barrel aged with Kentucky honey and ginger, caramel, and vanilla flavors of the barrel are imparted upon the beer and balances with the spiciness of the ginger. A lot of these beers that are barrel aged, I think that kind of really overpowers it to me. I always taste bourbon-y type things like that. I normally don't pick up much else than that. I like that a lot.
You don't get any ginger note?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I kind of focus on the barrel aged taste to it. I mean, it's pretty damn good. I don't know. You'll have to try it.
Well, that's the important part, is if it's
Yeah.
good. Do you think you can recommend it to others then?
I would definitely recommend it to others.
Like beginner or
Probably
well
not.
advanced?
Probably not a beginner.
All right, Dan, you started us off last time. I'm going to go in circles so I don't skip anybody. So it's your turn to describe.
Yeah, again, I went with kind of entry beers. That's my theme. I tend to drink, as much as I've always drank beer, love to drink beer, I tend to drink beers on the lighter, sweeter side. And this time I went with the Hoosierest beer I think I've ever heard, the Smoky Persimmon. And it's obviously a fruit beer, but it's sweet smoked malt, combines 200 pounds of local persimmons, creating a medium-bodied, orange-colored, slightly sweet, slightly smoky Indiana beer. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I think what would make it even more Indiana beer if it was like the corn mash race car.
Yeah.
What would be the last part? There'd be Hoosier in there somewhere.
Who's your
Race
moss
car.
stout?
Yeah, and like
From
the
Rock
the Indiana Beach Crow drank out of this beforehand.
Yeah, that'd be on the label.
Yeah.
You have the crow like those little toys of the birds that bob into the water. Instead, it's bobbing
Is
into
Indiana
that.
Beach still a thing, like to this day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. in
All right.
Monticello.
It's up north.
I know. I know. I knew it was there when I was like 8. I just didn't know if it.
No, I went there like 5 years ago during the summer. It is fucking ridiculous. Have you been there?
Well, like we're good,
It's
ridiculous,
off the
bad,
chain.
No,
ridiculous.
it's like super fun. I mean,
okay.
everyone's like in trailers, and then they
It's
ride around in like golf carts that are like pimped out, like little fucking lowriders.
Just
It's
rolling.
amazing.
Like, are there any rules? Just rolling around
You
in
just
golf carts?
you just go around in golf carts instead of walking to the next tent. You just go in that, and then you go in the freaking
Is it
amusement
not like
park.
very busy that you can just kind of
No,
roll?
it's packed. It's so much fun.
But they
And
do it
then-
anyway,
Get
bro.
the hell out the way.
And then there's
Yeah.
this place where you
Got a
ride your
golf cart.
boats, and then you just like stop in the middle of the fucking lake, and then you anchor out, and then everyone's like outside drinking, doing the beer pong. No, what's the one where you guzzle
Is this
beer?
Lake Monroe or is this Indiana Beach?
No, this is Indiana Beach. Yeah, the beer bongs. You just like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
beer bong
that
for
was
the
I
lake?
have never heard anybody describe an amusement park.
I was gonna say, is this an amusement park
No.
like for
It is.
children and stuff?
No, but
But
then
it's-
there's a parking grounds, and then there's a huge lake, right?
Yeah, there's a general.
Yeah,
beach
in Monticello.
area,
yeah.
So I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not at the park.
Okay, all right.
too. I got you.
Yeah.
They have a new
Yeah.
mascot named
Gonna
Drinky,
say.
the
I thought it was the
inebriate
same thing.
giraffe.
Oh, I don't know.
Drinky
It
the
sounds like a
Pee-Wee
day out of
roller.
Lake Monroe to me.
No, it wasn't Lake Monroe. I've been there too, but
So,
no, it was like the lake where that.
bonging
beach is.
beers.
Yeah.
You go get on the carousel. I don't.
Is that the ride? Like you start with the big funnel and then you slide down the slippity
You gotta
slide?
bong one beer and hop on the
we went to
merry-go-round and see how
carousel
long
to
you
watch the
can ride it.
fireworks for the 4th of July. I don't know.
Sounds
I had fun.
I'm glad you went in the summer because I would not recommend going now.
But
no beer bongs and
No.
shirts
Anyways.
taking off.
But I'm
However,
I'm not
it's
gonna
like 50
bong this
degrees
one. This smoky persimmon. I'm gonna drink it carefully and savor the flavors. It's actually from the tap again, so it's the homebrewed beer.
And they do a good job.
They do a
this is
great
probably-
job.
Yeah,
Pete,
okay.
I'm going to say this with Ann around. Who are you touching in order to get your podcast located here? Like, what are you doing on the side? This place is awesome.
I actually, the people here at the tap are great. I mean,
Yeah,
the
they
owner,
are.
Nathan Finney, is. I basically just was in here drinking. I would do this anyway on Fridays, guys.
Right.
Without a mic or not. And I asked him, and I mean, he was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I mean, it was so easy to go with, and yeah, they're a great hosts.
Well, yeah, they have 18. I just counted the menu. There are 18 beers of their own volition on tap. It's
and
like,
they've only been doing it for about 5-6 months now.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Yeah, and
hasn't
we're
been
in
that
the
long.
bathroom, and like all the beer on the
Yeah.
shelves is fucking fantastic.
beer
Like I wish I
porn.
had like a backpack.
Yeah.
I
we're on
mean,
like the set of a
no.
beer porn, if there is such a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh,
what's
yeah.
No, for real.
that's
There is
where we
now.
are. Yeah.
They got Mission, they got Anchor Steam, they have this green flash shit that's really good.
All these West Coast California.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
there's
the
like
fact that they
hundreds
have
of them
if you
not
wanna
just
read 'em all,
Anchor
I
Steam,
don't-
But they have the Anchor IPA. That's real shit right there. Yeah, I approve.
That's the
Thank
real
you.
shit.
Whatever you're doing, Peter, keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. it
So
is
real quick,
delicious.
Dan, recommend on the persimmon then?
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. Again, it's lighter. You can be great in the summer. I mean, I don't know. You tend to think of beers like this, drinking like the fruity beers. You want the heavier
but
stuff in the
persimmon
winter.
harvest
But
doesn't happen usually till the fall.
see, I didn't know that.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you know that?
You
Well, I didn't
agrarian,
know about
you.
persimmons until I got to Southern Indiana.
Farmer Pete.
Yeah.
What's a persimmon?
It's
Ask
a
Pete.
fruit that grows on trees down here. But yeah, I don't. have
And the
much of a
harvest is
better
in the
answer.
fall.
Is it
Yeah.
like a berry?
No, but it has a lot of seeds. I've heard it's similar to a pomegranate, and they usually, when you get it in anything down here, they have to sweeten it quite a bit. It's supposedly very tart.
Yeah, you normally make it in pies or breads or something. That's but
Persimmon pudding is huge.
yeah,
So-
put in beers. I will drink that any day, and it's very good.
So are you guys? I mean, have you guys drank a pawpaw beer yet? Have they done that yet? Because that's another Indiana weird fruit that I never heard of before.
What is
Oh,
it?
Pawpaw.
I've never seen a
They
beer with
one
that.
on
Have
here
you?
called the Paw Paw
No,
Peel.
that's why I was curious because you guys are the beer experts, and I'm
No,
like,
I've
it's got to
never-
happen sooner or later.
You would
I
think
mean,
so.
Yeah.
The tap has something called the Paw Paw Pilsner. I've not had
No,
it.
I think that may be pronounced papaw. I think it's talking about like
Papaw.
like what
Papa, Ben.
Like a grandpa.
like when people ask their kids what they want to call their grandpa, that's the word
Yeah,
they come
I
up
just
with.
lost my hillbilly cred.
This beer tastes like grandpa.
Clearly, Peter's not from Indiana.
No. No. All right, Ben. Ben's sitting over there in the corner, patiently waiting, very politely, while we're just all a raucous band of persimmon know-it-alls.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just you.
Fair enough. Ben, what are you having?
I am drinking the Tin Man's Apricot Sour. I know you guys have already quaffed this once before on the show, and I, as much as I'd like to bring something new to the table, I couldn't resist its pull because this is one of my favorites. I'm enjoying sours a lot more, and I enjoy apricots, so it's just a great combo, and I don't know what else to say.
And to be fair, everyone listening, the second Ben opened the menu and he saw that, he got excited. In fact, I think Karen might have told you it was on the menu.
I got it.
Knowing how excited Ben would be for this, and he and Dan were actually debating who was going to order it. They were very polite, a gentleman's agreement in the first round to save it till round 2 till the decision was made, and then Ben won out by completely busting Dan Mike Tyson style.
We had a measuring contest, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What can
And
I
I
say?
could
The amount
count,
of man.
Yeah.
and I could count higher. That was it.
The measure
Can I
of
try your
manhood.
beer, by the way? I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
you
select
haven't had it before,
Here, you want to
have
have the smoky persimmon?
Absolutely not.
That's good.
Yes, you do. Drink.
We're going to save Karen for last. I'm going to go, this is the order of sitting so I don't lose anybody.
It's okay.
Like I'll forget myself. I'm so narcissistic. I got this Sierra Nevada Celebration, and it offers generous portions of barley malts, fine whole hops of several varieties, which I definitely get a lot of hoppiness, creating a brew with a full, rich, and hearty character. And it is celebration for winter. The packaging is definitely a winter beer.
There were
These
some,
two.
What?
there were some things going on behind you.
I'm simply
okay.
signaling to him that I would dip my balls in that beer.
Yeah, I shared a little bit of it with him, and
How great would it be if you could absorb beer that way so you could have two at once?
you could, yeah.
Just
Especially,
steep your balls in the beer while you're drinking another. All right, that's efficiency.
Is that what they did in Papa's Pilsner? It
I don't know.
tastes like Grandpa.
Real quick, Karen, before yours, I kind of intentionally picked the Sierra Nevada Celebration because I wanted to spotlight the Sierra Nevada Brewery. I think that's one of the ones when you think of craft beer movement, you think of Bell's, you think of Sam Adams, and you think of Sierra Nevada, and geographically, all three of those kind of string the whole country.
Yeah, they're in Chico.
Yeah, and they started in 1980, and if you go to their website, I would recommend it. They've got a documentary-style 4.5-minute movie right on the main page, full HD with some great clips. They've got some nature shots, but then one thing you learn from it too is the guy that started this
some nature shots.
is growing his own hops. That's why they're very big in their pale ales and stuff. They're very hopped beers, is because they have their own hops on hand. They don't have to buy them from another source. And I mean, just the shots of Chico. I have no idea about the land out there.
Chico is like in the middle of, well, I guess not anymore, but they're east-ish from San Francisco. They have a university. It's a Bloomington town, basically. It's like centered around the university.
Well, it
Chico
looks like
State.
it's got great
What
agricultural
university
area.
is it?
Chico State.
Chico.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I actually thought of going to school there before I picked Indiana because of the beer.
Yeah.
It's a party town. Okay.
That's why you're on the show.
Education.
Going to college
Is
for
secondary.
The beer location.
That's why I went to school here
They
at
said
IU.
go for the experience.
That's why I'm here today.
So.
But yeah, and so they started in 80. It's a great brewery. They're doing great things. They want to be original. They don't want to make any bad beers just for the sake of selling it. And the owner, you could hear the owner in that movie. He said that when he went around Chico to try to sell his beer, 90% of the people hated it. But the 10 that loved it, and he catered to those people. So for hopheads, this is the company for you.
It's not a very good percentage.
Yeah.
It grew. It was 1980. They were drinking Coors Light. And that was it. It was like Coors Light or this guy who brewed hoppy beer.
Or this guy trying to offer me beer.
What's this thing with flavor?
Well, and
I don't
it's
like
a
this.
huge agricultural town too. Like there's
Sure.
a lot of agriculture around the area, which us Latin people we like. Corona. That's what we start off with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he stuck with it. I love some Sierra Nevada
Stuff
Pale
that's
Ale.
hoppy. I've noticed I don't really drink it. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's true good.
Well, and
I
would
know
you like
the
to
screw
tell
around
us
with it.
what beer that you got?
I got Gumball Head. This is actually the beer that started me off on microbrews. So I cheated because I got something that I've tried before. But, do I need to read it?
Go for it.
An American wheat beer brewed with red wheat and boatloads of Amarillo hops gives the summer brew a lemony finish. Yeah, that's it.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
And that's a
Oh.
3 Floyds from Munster,
Yeah.
which
One
Brooks
of my-
and I
Three
one of my
Floyds from
favorites.
Munster, right? Yeah,
Yep.
Munster, Indiana. Yeah, so before I drank this, it was Blue Moon, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
And then this one kind of opened the doors to other microbrews. So this was my training wheels beer.
So
There
that's
you go.
one that you really were like, you know what?
I
There's
like
a whole
beer.
world of taste out there that I want more of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And
before
what-
I was a vodka, wine, and rum person. And this was like my doorway to
There you go.
others.
Is
What's
it
that-
fair to say you're now in flavor country?
I'm in flavor country.
Okay.
There you
yeah.
go.
Flavor country.
That's something we try to do every week too with our guests. Is basically ask them, well, what's the kind of craft beer that really opened the door for you guys for drinking more craft beer and the love of craft beer?
And this is fairly new. I'm a fairly new beer drinker, I guess. Well, dating that guy over there, that hottie.
What about you two?
Yeah.
What really got you guys going on it?
Do you want to start? Oh, well, I mean, I'll admit that in my the formative beer drinking years are your college years, and I couldn't do that because I was on medication that prevented me from doing that.
Wow.
Now, I will say I did try one that would be considered a craft beer. I tried Old Leg Humper. Out of, obviously, because it's a hilarious name and it has a picture of a dog humping a leg. So
Yeah.
I'm like, of course I'm going to try this.
There it is right
Oh,
there.
is it over there?
Yeah.
Does it
Thirsty
still-
Dog Brewing Company.
Okay, and it still has the dog humping the leg. And unfortunately, I mean, I drank it for the funniness of the name, and it tasted like a liquid ashtray to me. So that one I kind of say it doesn't count. What got me on the right road when I got off said medication and was allowed to consume depressants naturally, I think it's a toss-up, oddly enough, between Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. This was before Leinenkugel got bought out by Miller. Because I don't really drink it now because I hate to say it. It went all corporate. No, but it does taste different. It's just not as flavorful. It was Leinenkugel Summer Shandy, and then there's a Broad Ripple Brew Pub in Indianapolis has some fantastic local drafts. The Lawnmower Pale Ale and the I think they call it the Redbird. I can't remember precisely, but those.
Lawnmower?
Yeah, both of those two beers plus the Summer Shandy got me opened up into a whole different world.
I used to drink a lot of summer shandy, sitting around the pool in college.
Oh yeah,
very
perfect.
Just
refreshing,
freaking
very
murder them.
Exactly.
Well, and I can't. I wish I could pinpoint what the beer was. I really can't, but I can tell you, the bar it was that kind of got me started on beers. It's this great place. It's still there called the Herat in Muncie, and in Muncie, Indiana, near the downtown area, not quite close to Ball State's campus. So couldn't really get there as an first couple years. Finally got a car. Finally, I was able to go to the Herat. Well, this place, if you read Beowulf in high school English, that long-ass book about the heroic slaying of this creature thing, well, that's what it's based on. That's right. And Herat was the name of the town, but this bar is called Herat, and it looks like the mead hall where they meet to do stuff. And they have a big dragon weaving through the walls.
It was amazing.
Yeah. And 100 beers on tap. I'm pretty sure they still do that. And that's where I had a couple of, I don't remember which ones, but I do know that I had good craft beer at the Herat, and that kicked me off.
I
Definitely.
mean, and Dan, Ben, and I all went to Ball State up in Muncie. Brooks, when we did this the first show, I said that my favorite was the Dogfish Head 90 Minute.
Right.
I had it at the Herat also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was the gateway for most Ball State students who would venture into Muncie.
And
Yeah.
that takes an act
Sure.
of courage. It really does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, but
mean streets of downtown.
Did they have all
Muncie.
kinds of Dogfish Head on tap there?
I don't remember. Honestly, I
Well,
bet
it
they do.
rotates so much. They have all. I mean,
Yeah.
anything. 100 different beers on tap.
That's
They have
cool.
lots.
I'm really liking some Dogfish Head. I'm a little bit younger than you guys, so by the time I was 21, Dogfish Head they didn't sell it here anymore. So now they just recently brought it back a few months ago to Indiana, and I've been drinking the shit out of it. But
Well, what else
It's
it did
great.
was it got me wanting to brew my own beer, and eventually a few friends and I got together, and since then I've probably done, I think, 12 to 15 beers over that time, over a couple different beers a year.
And one of those guys loved beer so much that he flew off to Europe to live in the land of beer.
That's right. Yeah, our friend Clayton now lives in Germany. I don't think he's brewed since he's gotten to Germany, but
Well, you
Yeah.
don't need to because he's surrounded by the magic.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Day in, day out.
We need to get him to see if he knows about this show and start listening.
We'll tell him, get that international audience
Yeah.
We've
going.
already got one in Ghana.
Yeah, we do have a Ghana listener.
Nice.
12 downloads and growing strong. Thank
Nice.
you, Ghana.
Nice.
Well, guys, I have one more game for you. It's our Is This a Beer?
Yay!
Where
Well, wait, do the good intro though.
Is this a beer?
There,
Yeah,
that's
there
what it is. That's what it is.
Oh, yes. Whoa. Those are the two answers, right?
Because of
That's all
the
we get.
yes. Please answer like that, Dan.
Okay.
And this is going to be a group. You guys all answer individually, but you can all go at once. And to save time, we're just going to answer if it's a beer or not. Sometimes we like to see if you can figure out what type of beer it is. Not important today. But because of the unusual nature of some of the names that breweries give their beers, we're capitalizing on that. Can you guys tell me if I made this up or if this is a real beer?
Okay.
Number 1, Red Room Rye.
Red Broom Ride?
Yeah, I'd say that's a beer.
That's a beer.
Red Broom Rye.
Red room or broom?
Room. Red Room Rye.
Sure.
It sounds simple.
That's
Yeah.
a beer.
Simple
It's
enough.
a beer.
I'll take
However,
it.
I'm going to say no.
You look like you got doubt on your face, Mr. Ben.
Well, I just don't know
It
if
sounds like
if-
it's
yeah,
too easy.
Exactly. Like Pete's toying with us or something. But no, I'm gonna go with the legit people. I think it's a legit beer because yours would be. If you came up
so
with a different
collectively
name, it
we're
would be
saying
different.
yes, 3 to 4.
Yeah.
3 yays, 1 nay.
Yeah.
Red Room
Ooh.
Rye, I made up because of The
Lies.
Shining.
Yes.
Lies.
Oh.
I feel lied to.
Red Room. See, and here I was thinking you were talking about that one, like the dance club in Broad Ripple. I just want to go to the Red Room and dance.
Ben,
I'm
it's
not
a
aware of
nice
that.
place to go
The
dancing
Red Room?
to.
I just want to go dance.
Yeah,
Just
they
wanna
have
dance.
salsa nights on Saturday.
Because
I
I
didn't
just
do
want to
any game
I
dance.
don't know if I've been to the Red Room. I think I've been to the Red Garter. Isn't that a place?
That's a different kind of dance club.
Yeah.
Titty
It
bars, boss. Titty bars.
Yeah.
You don't do the
I've
dancing.
been
All I
there.
have to say is it's overpriced strippers.
When are they underpriced? All right, so
Do it again.
Brooks has got a point. All right, guys. The Bengali Tiger. Is that a beer?
No. Wait, yes. I'm looking in your eyes. You changed my mind. Yes, it is very much a beer.
Okay, so we've got Karen with a no, Dan with a yes after his quick switch. Brooks, Bengali Tiger,
Drinking.
Ben. These two are putting more thought into it. I love actually. Guys, you gotta be more like Dan and Karen.
I
This is a-
couldn't see your eyes. Those are the gateways to the soul.
Brooks pretends like he has a method.
The
He's over-
Bengali
Yeah,
Tiger.
in the crowd. I'm going to say yeah.
I think
Going
it.
yes, yes, no.
No, I'm gonna say no, just so we can be split down the middle. There's no rhyme or reason to my decision.
The Bengali Tiger from 6 Point Brewery is an American
Ah!
IPA. Brooks with 2, Dan with 1.
Look into his baby blues. It'll tell the
Well,
secret.
I did, but he did it in a more intense fashion when I
am
looked at it.
blindfolding myself. All right, guys. The Golden Nimbus.
The
Golden
Real, yes.
Nimnith?
Golden Nimbus.
Nimbus?
Yes.
Yeah, it's real because some Harry Potter twerp made that up.
Nope.
But you like
No
Harry
way.
Potter, was it you?
Maybe.
What's Nimbus
That is
mean?
not a beer. You are a first-class liar.
All right, Dan's calling no. Ben's going yes.
No,
Karen's
I'm going yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooks going no. You two are both sleeping on the couch.
Oh, not a beer?
It's not a beer.
What?
got
Have you gotten every point possible?
How many more
that's
do we
been
have
presented
here?
to
Yeah, I think the only other time I played this game, Brooks got them all right.
Jeez.
Not only that, the real ones, he freaking knew them all.
You're good,
All right,
you.
guys, number 4. We're doing 5 today.
So wait, the question though I have is, so did you get that from Harry Potter when you made it up?
No.
Do I get a half a point
I
for
was trying
that?
to come
Harry
up with a
Potter,
cloud
what's a
reference.
nimbus?
I don't know. I think it's like one of the models of brooms.
Oh,
I guess I'm the Harry Potter nerd now. Dang it, I just came out.
It is a broomstick. It's a Nimbus 2000. I know what you're talking about.
Thank you, Brooke.
I've done my Harry Potter.
Brooks is a fantasy geek.
Yeah.
Decked out in all the sports gear.
You never know it.
That's
Don't let him fool you.
just to hide in plain
Next
sight.
one.
Float me a beer,
Number
Paulta.
4, the Duke Hoppington.
No. Hell no.
Yeah.
Duke Hopping. No.
Yeah, that's a beer.
Karen's going beer. Brooks is going, I
I'm
don't know.
gonna say
Dan's
yes.
going no.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
Ben is
I'm gonna
say
get it
yes.
right one time.
All right, Ben is yes, Karen is yes, Dan is no.
No,
Brooks
if
is
Ben is yes, then I'm a no.
God.
Last time we were together and
What's your final answer here?
The Duke Hoppington.
No, you know what? I'll say yes. Whatever.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
work
real.
it out.
Say yes.
Yeah. Oh, see, Brooks said
Yeah.
yes, so we're
Dan
right.
has even the score.
Damn it, Brooks.
I have made it up.
One more?
I do for victory.
So
Oh, yeah, is it a tiebreaker?
2-2-0.
Yeah, let's have a tiebreaker.
All right. Our last
Tiebreaker.
beer. Coney Island Human Blockhead.
I'm gonna say yes
Yes.
because I want it to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coney Island Human Blockhead. We got a yes by Karen, a yes by Ben.
So
That would
it's
be such a good. I mean, what would
The-
that taste
no,
like?
the two
Sweat?
No, no, no,
Dan's
no.
going
This
yes,
is
Dan's
no.
going no.
No. Listen to that name, guys. Seriously. Coney. There's so many words. Nobody's gonna name something
Coney
like
Island
that
Human
prolifically.
What's
No,
your answer?
the beer.
No.
The
No,
hell.
I'm going to say
That's not
yes
just
just so
no.
there's a clear
But
winner.
It's not a no, it's a hell
we're
no.
hoping that there is a beer named
That sounds like some crap he just made up like 5
I'm
minutes
gonna
ago.
say
Coney
yes.
Island Human Blockhead is a schmaltz brewing.
One point. One
It is a
point.
Doppelbock.
1 point. 1 point.
Yeah.
And I should mention that these are all off the bottles menu here at the tap.
Hey.
If any of the ones that I made up are actually a beer, keep it to yourself.
You're making him look bad.
Yeah, the rules, I guess I should have said the stipulations are just these beers are off the bottles menu here at the tap.
All right. Well,
Good ass game. It's a good ass
does that take
game.
us into our next segment this day in beer history?
I'm trying to pull it up and eat a
Alright.
pretzel.
I can only hope.
I,
This day in beer history, Ben slept on the couch.
Okay, well, there is that.
We're
I'm
making
just
new
kidding, but I
history.
love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.
This one from this day in beer history is not going back too far. This is going back to 1996.
it's not from any ancient newspaper on
Not
a
any
tablet
ancient
of sorts.
newspapers.
Okay.
No, so this is December 26, 1996.
Wow.
It comes from the early Elf edition.
Okay.
The headline is Santa's Secret. Now that our work for the year is done, we wanted to sit down with the big guy and ask him some of his memories of past Christmases. You can find the full interview on the ElfNet, but one answer really stood out. We asked Santa if he had ever missed a house or mixed up a delivery. Here's his response. Candy canes, no. I've been at it too long to make that mistake. But I do have a secret that I'm a little ashamed of. Though it worked out for the best in the end, I should say. The Christmas of 1865, I was supposed to bring a brewing set to little Jackie Daniels of Tennessee. Somehow, when checking my list, I had accidentally had him on the naughty side. Now I always check it twice, of course. So I left his brewing kit behind and grabbed an extra piece of coal. I always felt bad about that one.
He's slipping in and out of Santa.
Shut up.
It's had an aneurysm.
But he went on to he went on to take his love of brewing in a different direction. And that set I left here became the start of our North Pole Brewing Company. So it worked out for everyone. I do love my ho-ho hops. The article, of course, goes on.
Right, but you have to go to the website to read the
But
rest.
Santa, next year I'm asking for some ho-ho hops.
Yeah, you
That
need
sounds delicious.
to head to the elf net for that one.
I'd say
Right.
little Jackie Daniels did all right for himself in the long run.
He did.
Yeah.
Went on to have a more assertive name, Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
I believe that's the same one he's referring to.
Back in '97. That was.
Yeah. Well, that was when the article was written. I think he was referring to
Okay.
He's
1865 was the year of the Santa's quote.
Yeah, I mean he's
So
been.
it was foretold in the article.
Okay, because he's been around for freaking ever. 500 years or
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, however old
Santa
Santa is.
Although there
Yeah.
are rumors of his demise in a favela.
Let's not speculate,
So-
Peter.
Bring
not
it all
sure.
around.
Yeah,
Maybe
let's
this
not
was a
speculate.
tabloid article that I found.
Right.
I apologize if anybody is hearing me just portraying fluff as fact.
You are a credible man.
Yes, I am. Well, guys, I really want to thank all of you for coming down from Indy. I'm glad that we could find a day off. I want to thank Ben Ericsen to my right especially because without him, I would not have this podcast. He helped me pick out all this equipment, making sure that I only got what was necessary and that would give a good sound.
Nice.
So that hopefully all of you can enjoy the
Yay,
clarity.
Ben.
Good job, Ben.
I guess you don't have to.
Because I don't
sleep
know
on the
jack
couch
shit
today.
about any of this.
Well, you know plenty about beer, and that's why
I
you're
just
the
come here
expert.
to drink some beers and talk.
Yeah. And Brooks, I wanna thank you too because you have been a Christmas present to me for co-hosting this.
That's adorable.
Put a big
I don't
bow
have
on
him
me.
here with me on stage, but I got you all the gift of beer.
Yay!
Everybody
Hey.
gets a six-pack.
All right.
Really?
Thank
Yes.
you, Busy.
Yay! That's
They're
the
in my
best
trunk.
Christmas ever.
I locked myself out of my car earlier, but instead I unprofessionally left during setup. Let my guests do all of the technical work to go buy beer. So, guys, and for all the Who's Drinking What listeners, we love you guys too. Merry Christmas. I hope it was great. Look forward to us here in the new year. I think the show's only getting stronger. And drink on.
Yay!
Drink on.
Do it.
Sitting on my bed in my red pajamas, watching Michigan State take on Indiana, and honey, thought you'd like to know. I don't mean to be apologizing, and I hate wasting time philosophizing, 'cause baby, I'm a little bit slow. I know a lot of people catch on to things quicker, and maybe I spend too much time with my liquor, and I stand still while the others go. And I never get jokes until hours later, and then I crack up in a crowded elevator, 'cause baby,